bitches!
Now that I have your attention, there's a certain issue regarding Cartoon Network's schedule that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a long time now. Despite what the video title and thumbnail may lead you to believe, I don't actually hate this new Cartoon Network schedule at all. In all honesty, I'm not someone who willingly chooses to use clickbait like this. I don't really like doing it, but I just did it because I want to see how many people are gonna jump to conclusions or take my video's thumbnail out of context without watching the entire thing in full. First and foremost, I'd just like to apologize if I sound a little off while recording this video. I am doing this completely unscripted because I feel that if I were to write a script, it wouldn't be coming truly from the heart in the way that I say things, so please bear with me if I do sound a little, hesitant and pausing in my words. I apologize. But regardless, Cartoon Network for the past year has been airing various renditions of their schedule in which Teen Titans Go takes up the majority of its schedule. This has been happening, as far as I can tell, throughout the entirety of the year, and they're showing no signs of stopping anytime soon. Personally, I have an unpopular opinion on this situation on the internet regarding this issue because, quite frankly, a lot of people seem to feel the need to overreact and freak out and make a bunch of videos complaining about Cartoon Network's schedule when in reality, there's really no need for it. Again, I'm taking the unpopular opinion on this issue here, but please bear with me and hear me out. We live in an age where streaming is becoming the dominant force of viewing media. Not counting movie theaters and going to see new releases that Hollywood has put out, like, say, The Last Jedi, since that's relevant right now. Yeah, quite frankly, all of our media consumption is dominated by streaming on the internet. Television is slowly but surely dying out. People are watching TV less and less, and people are moving over to sites like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and YouTube way more often for their viewing media. I'm one of those people. I barely watch television anymore. I can get my news on Twitter. I can watch my cartoons on those sites I mentioned. I can watch movies on those sites I mentioned. I watch videos on YouTube. Like, all of my time is spent on the internet. The only thing I even watch on TV anymore is football. I'm personally not affected by the Teen Titans Go schedule issue, so quite frankly, I don't really care. It astounds me how much hatred and how much anger that this invokes in people when there are plenty of alternatives to choose from. Let's say I want to watch the original Powerpuff Girls series, okay? Well, what can I do? I can buy the DVD box set and watch it on that. I could go to Hulu and stream it there. I could go to Amazon, buy the seasons online digitally for me to have. Or I could go to Cartoon Network's app, where they have the show there for me to watch whenever I want. That was 4 options. That was 4 alternatives right there to watching that show. Because I know the show's not going to air on Cartoon Network. It's old. It's an old show. The reboot exists. Cartoon Network only cares about the reboot, not the original. I'm never going to get to watch it on Cartoon Network, so I watch it on those other options, where they have it available to me. The same can be said for so many other shows. Adventure Time, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Lab. I can watch all of these shows on these other alternatives if I wanted to. I can watch Steven Universe on Hulu if I wanted to. Like, I understand that there's some posterity and authenticity to watching the show on Cartoon Network itself, but I don't see why it's such a big deal, especially for people who don't even watch Cartoon Network. I understand where some of the frustration is coming from for those people who do watch Cartoon Network, because I'm sure that there are plenty of people out there who want to still watch it on TV, but they just don't want to watch Teen Titans Go. They want to watch something else. Now, I don't really get why you couldn't just go to the alternatives when they're right there, but keep in mind when this is happening. The first day of this marathon is on Christmas Day. How many people are actually going to be watching Cartoon Network on Christmas Day? I can't imagine that Cartoon Network is going to get the same amount of traffic that they do on a normal day, because most people are going to be with family, watching Christmas movies or eating Christmas dinner or, sharing presents or whatever. That's what happens on Christmas. Now, the rest of these days, it's more likely because a lot of kids are off from school. It's winter break and they might need something to do. Guess what show is very popular with kids? Teen Titans Go. So I'm sure a lot of kids aren't really going to complain there probably are some kids that will complain, and that's understandable. But again, streaming sites. And the thing is I've seen polls of whether or not people even watch Cartoon Network, and it's pretty split 50-50. So anyone on the same side as me where you don't watch it at all, you shouldn't really have a reason to complain. I have seen people openly admit they don't watch Cartoon Network, and that if Cartoon Network had a better schedule, they still wouldn't watch it. But then they go on and complain about the schedule anyway. Like, why? I don't get that train of thought. What is the logic there? Throughout 2017, I turned on Cartoon Network a grand total of 11 times. I watched Cartoon Network for 10 weeks for every episode of Samurai Jack Season 5, and I watched it for the Power of 4 special. And I watched the original Teen Titans in HD once, but those are the only 3 reasons why I ever watched Cartoon Network throughout the entirety of this year. Because I can get my shows online. I don't have to wait for them to air at a specific time. You know, I don't have to check a guide to anticipate when they'll be on, because I can watch them whenever I want, wherever I want. That's what's so great about streaming. If their other shows made them money too, they'd probably be playing them more. But Teen Titans Go makes a crap load of money, so of course they're gonna air it a lot. Like, that seems like a concept that not a lot of people understand. Cartoon Network makes money off of Teen Titans Go more than any other show, so of course they're going to air it. You know, it frustrates me when I see people complain that Cartoon Network doesn't air the old shows, because they're blind to the fact that these old shows will not make Cartoon Network money. They're not new. They're not the next thing. I know that sounds like an insult. It's not an insult. The Powerpuff Girls is amazing, and it's an old show. I'm not saying age is an insult. I'm saying it's not optimal for Cartoon Network, the business, to make money off of it. They air Gumball and Teen Titans Go because they are their most successful shows. And they want success so that they can make money, so that they can stay afloat and keep making and airing cartoons. It's not a hard concept to grasp. It's really not. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing people complain about this. Clearly, Cartoon Network isn't showing any signs of changing that issue anytime soon. Now, I don't know what 2018 has in store, because they've got a ton of new shows coming out, and maybe those will kick out Teen Titans Go and just dominate the network then. But even then, I'm still gonna watch those shows online when they become available, because that's my preferred method. I will agree that I am in that group of people that gets annoyed when I see tons of YouTubers making videos complaining about Teen Titans Go or the schedule issues or what have you. I am someone who absolutely refuses to make a negative Teen Titans Go video now, because so many other people have done it. You cannot pay me to make a negative Teen Titans Go video. I refuse to do it. That's just who I am. I've gotten so sick of the trend. I made a positive Teen Titans Go video back in July because I wanted to prove that there are things about that show that are good. There are things about that show that people take for granted. And there are things about that show that don't get the attention that they do deserve. I think The Cape is one of Teen Titans Go's best episodes they've ever made. It's genius. It's hilarious. And I get that humor is subjective, but every argument I've seen people give me for why that episode is bad is that it's not funny. Humor is subjective. I think that rock, paper, scissors gag is one of the funniest jokes the show has ever done. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. You know, I made the argument that C-Lab 2021 is literally the exact same thing, where the cast of that show took the original C-Lab 2020 and just dubbed over it and made edits, and that's exactly what The Cape is. The Teen Titans Go hate... Sorry, that was my phone. My Pokemon leveled up. The Teen Titans Go hate is out of control. It's ridiculous. And at the same time, I felt reserved in saying this because the hate for Teen Titans Go hate is also ridiculous. There's so much hate for Teen Titans Go hate that at one point it felt like there was more hate for Teen Titans Go hate than there was for Teen Titans Go. I don't spend my days complaining about Cartoon Network's schedule. I don't spend my days complaining about this one show, you know, especially when I like this show, first of all. So I like Teen Titans Go. I think it's funny. And yes, I do like the original too. I understand the frustration in the fact that Cartoon Network is not airing any Christmas related episodes or specials. I get that. You know, it kind of sucks that the network isn't embracing the Christmas season the way they've done in the past, and I do agree. But guess where they are available? If you said the app, you'd be correct. Well, gee golly gosh, I guess I'll just watch him on the app then. Like, it's not that hard. I just wanted to be completely honest and say that I think people are taking this issue a little too far because there are plenty of other ways to watch the shows they enjoy. And especially for the people who don't even watch Cartoon Network, there's no sense in arguing about this because it doesn't affect you. Just like it doesn't affect me. That's why I don't complain about this. I don't complain about the schedule being filled with nothing but yellow because I don't watch it. And I get some people can say I'm a hypocrite because I watch Powerpuff Girls 2016 all the time, even though I hate that show. But I watch that show for a few reasons. One, I enjoy making YouTube videos on it. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Two, people enjoy the videos I make on them. So of course I want to keep entertaining people because I love doing that. And three, I want to give it a fair chance. I'm not one of these people who's going to sit here and blindly say every single negative thing about this show because there are good things to it. It's not 100% garbage. As much as I'd like to believe that sometimes, it's not 100% garbage. I just reviewed People Pleaser less than a week ago. That was a great episode. That was a perfectly fine episode. There was very little wrong with it aside from one or two jokes and timing and things. If I was someone who blindly hated on this show, I never would have given that episode a chance. I never would have seen it. I'm a fan of Powerpuff Girls. I want to talk about Powerpuff Girls. The reboot is Powerpuff Girls. Even if it's not the original, it's still Powerpuff Girls. It's part of the franchise. I don't know what people's issue is with me making 40 rant videos about the same show. I don't get it. I don't understand. If those people would ever love to tell me why, that'd be great because I don't get it. I don't see what harm I'm doing. You know, shout outs to the Cartoon Network schedule archive for this schedule because that's the one I'm using. I've seen a lot of the asks that they get on Tumblr. It's interesting because they constantly get asked all these questions about how Cartoon Network could be better if they just aired the old shows when, again, that's not economically viable. That's not an option. You know, we can't just go back to Cartoon Network having a bunch of 90s shows. It doesn't work like that. A block? Sure, that could work. Nickelodeon made it work. But the whole programming? No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to let you down, but it's just not reality. But again, this is all I have to say on the matter. I realize I'm probably in the minority on this issue. And, you know, that's fine. I'm not expecting a lot of people to agree with where I'm coming from. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm enjoying the cartoons I want to enjoy, and I'm not letting this thing get to me. So, I mean, if you want to complain about it, go right ahead. I can't stop you, but I'm just going to say you could be spending your time doing other more productive or entertaining things besides being negative all the time. Same goes for the cartoon community. And this is specifically addressed to those who do this sort of thing. Most of you watching probably don't, I would hope, and I do appreciate that. But to those that do, why waste your time shitting on other people when you could just be enjoying yourself? You know, a lot of cartoon YouTubers, like a lot of us, we're just regular people making videos about cartoons. I see no reason why some YouTubers are getting so much hatred. I guess since I'm already this deep into the issue, why do so many people hate Mr. Enter? Like, why do they waste their time being mean to him when really there's no reason to? I like Mr. Enter. I think he's a really cool guy. I really do. I do enjoy his videos. I see no reason why people need to flip out and give him all this hate when there's no need for it. Same for Phantom Strider. I think Phantom Strider, he appears to be a very nice guy. I don't see why people need to be so mean to him. I really don't get it. Like, I understand that, you know, on the internet you can be anonymous and you can hate on these things and, you know, get away with it and whatever, but like, why waste your time? How would you feel if you were in their position? You know, it's not a hard concept to understand. Treat others like you want to be treated. It's the golden rule. Why do so many people have difficulty following that? Why waste your time being nasty towards these people you may not ever meet? They're just doing something they enjoy. Why do you got to take that away from them? Why do you have to be those people that bring them down? That's a question I want an answer to. But anyway, I got a little off topic here towards the end and ended up going into another issue that I have a lot of thoughts about. I apologize. I'm doing a podcast with my friend Alpha J, and we'll probably end up getting into this issue multiple times across different episodes, so you'll probably hear more of my thoughts on that issue then. But until then, I apologize that I went and rambled for so long. It was just something that I've really wanted to talk about for a while now. Again, I apologize that I sounded unscripted. I went completely from the heart. I appreciate if you've listened this far. If you haven't listened this far, then you have no idea that I'm even saying this right now. and I don't know how to end this video, which is why I keep going on. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll have a new review out on Friday. It's going to be Christmas themed, and then I will be doing some other things come the end of December and early January and stuff. So look forward to that, and I will see you all later.